Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back to J is for Justice. I wasn't expecting to go live again, but I'm sitting here and I'm going through today's news and I'm like, how did we miss this 3 weeks ago? How did we miss that there was a huge lab closed down, COVID lab in our own country? I've got a press conference for y'all that a councilman did in Fresno, California. Hello, Proving Spooky and Michaela. Welcome. Thanks for making yourselves known. Guys, why does all of this stuff keep being exposed? It's so scary. Whose hands are we in right now, you know? Who is driving this ship? Who is driving this ship? So here is the news story on this, and then we're going to watch this press conference. This will give a little background. This was operating for only several months before it was shut down, okay? There we go. Okay, so this is the actual lab. This is Fresno, California. This is really crazy. And if it's, you know what else scares me? Is the fact that it's not plastered on all the mainstream news. Why this isn't plastered on the mainstream news is beyond me. That's a little scary that the media is choosing not to make this a priority. Okay, so let's read this really quick and then we're going to watch that press conference. We're learning more about a biological lab in Reedley that's been shut down by the Fresno County Department of Health from October 2022 until spring of 2023. This warehouse at 850 I Street in Reedley was operating a biological lab. It was a well-kept secret. After seeing signs of activity there, the city of Reedley asked the County Department of Health to investigate. What they found was a significant amount of 36 refrigerator freezers located on site, and there were a lot of biological agents. So there was a lot of contents of blood, serum, everything that a biological lab would normally have, said Joe Prado, Assistant Director for the Fresno County Public Health. Las Vegas-based Prestige Biotech was doing the testing. They were utilizing laboratory mice to see whether or not the COVID test kits were actually testing for COVID. So that was the purpose for the laboratory mice on site. County Public Health asked for help from state and federal agencies. Prado says it's not illegal to create a biological lab. The county went to its legal toolbox to shut it down. We used the health office authority to actually issue the order for inspection, assess what's on site, and what we are really dealing with here. Once we completed that assessment, we moved forward to an abatement warrant. That is actually signed by a judge. County Public Health destroyed all the biologicals in the warehouse. That project was finished on July 7th. Prado has never seen anything like this in his 27-year career. Here at the Public Health Department, we operate our own lab, so we're very well versed in the legal requirements on how to maintain and control an infectious agent. And there was just a complete absence of those controls in place at the warehouse. Signs posted at the warehouse read, "Unsafe to occupy." Reedley's city manager says it's their responsibility to make sure the building stays unoccupied. The city recently turned off electricity to the building. There are still chemicals and medical devices on site that the city of Reedley will dispose of. But they're not telling us what chemicals. They're not telling us anything. So here is the press conference. Now, this is Fresno City Councilman Gary Bredefeld holding a news conference on July 31st. It's August 24th. July 31st, 2023, holding a news conference regarding the county not providing critical information to the public regarding an illegal biological COVID lab discovered in Reedley in March. This lab was discovered in March. In March. Coconut says China is driving. Yeah. We don't hear anything about the people who were running it. We have no idea who they are. We don't know where they're from. We don't know what they're about, how many of them they are, where they are now. Because they just said it's not illegal. So that tells me no one's being charged with anything. But if they're not following the proper protocols, wouldn't that be grounds for something? All right, we're going to get to this press conference. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I watched the very beginning and I was like, I'm going live with this because to me, this is a big deal. All right, so let's start this. This is, again, Fresno, California, Councilman Gary Bredefeld. And he's holding this news conference on July 31st, 2023, saying that the county didn't provide critical information about this COVID lab in California.
Of the illegal biological COVID lab discovered in Reedley in March of this year. It's first important to remember what this community, our nation, the world went through for the last 2.5, 3 years. The COVID pandemic went on for nearly 3 years. It's commonly believed that COVID resulted from a lab leak out of the Wuhan lab in China. Worldwide, there are 769 million cases of COVID that resulted in nearly 7 million deaths. In the United States, there have been 107 million cases and nearly 1.2 million deaths. In California, there have been 103,000 deaths. China's COVID-19 virus
this is a
resulted in
whistleblower
the
right here.
destruction of lives, livelihoods, the economy, and business. Children were stupidly locked out of school for 2 years and were destroyed academically, socially, and emotionally. People lost their freedoms, were forced to get experimental vaccines, to wear ineffective masks, and were lied to over and over by the CDC and government officials. Any information that challenged the lies and the tyrannical mandates that were suppressed by social media. And we had officials locally that were silent and complicit with all the unconstitutional and destructive government orders.
You're hearing a whistleblower right now. Jan is in Australia. She heard about this weeks ago, and she said that the warehouse was said to be registered to the Chinese. Are we shocked? We're selling them all this property. Look at all the land in Michigan that was just sold. And they're supposedly having battery plants being built. This is bad. And you can tell in his voice, he's scared. This is scary what he's doing.
And now they're silent again. So what do we know about this lab in Reedley? Well, on March 3rd, the Reedley code enforcement officers investigated the site after seeing an illegally attached garden hose. On March 16th, the warehouse was inspected, and it was discovered that the lab was producing COVID-19. There is blood, tissue, bodily fluid samples, and thousands of vials with fluids that are not labeled. They also found 900 mice, 200 mice that were dead. On March 16th, the representative from the company, Prestige Biotech, potentially a China national, informed investigators, quote, "These mice were genetically engineered to catch and carry the COVID-19 virus," end quote. Prestige Biotech, that company, is licensed in Nevada, not California. One address listed for this company is a vacant building in Las Vegas.
Oh my God, this is bad.
Substack reports that other addresses related to this company appear to be in China, though this can't be verified at this time. And they also report that, quote, "Thousands of packages were found as well, many with shipping labels from China," end quote.
Is he alive still, this guy?
On May 4th, the CDC inspected the lab and found infectious agents that were both bacterial and viral in nature. Some of these include hepatitis B and C, rubella, malaria, E. coli, and pneumonia. Fresno Superior Court documents indicate that mice were involved in these experiments with COVID-19.
We wonder
The
why we're
lab
still getting it.
apparently illegally disposed of medical waste, and it's believed it went to the landfill. This can't be confirmed because the operators of the lab have not been forthcoming. Now, questions that must be answered and the public has a right to know. One, is this company from China, or is it sponsored by the Chinese government? What was the purpose and goals of their experimenting with COVID-19 and having mice catch and carry the disease? What were they doing with all the bacterial and viral infectious agents found at the illegal lab? Two, are the people that were running and operating this lab Chinese nationals or American citizens? If they're not American citizens, are they here illegally? Three, and most importantly, why wasn't the public informed of this illegal lab and what was found?
It was found in March.
The Fresno County Department of Public Health, it's public health, has an obligation to notify the public of potential dangers, both past and present. During the COVID pandemic, their medical officer held weekly press conferences justifying ineffective, destructive lockdowns and mandates, and yet not even an acknowledgement to the public of the illegal and potentially dangerous activities at the lab. So he spent a week having the media come, telling the public things that were not true, supporting all of the tyrannical, destructive things that were taking place in our city, our county, our state, our nation. And then when a lab related to COVID-19 is found 5 months ago, no word. No word from him, no word from the Public Health Department,
What's going
no
on?
word from the Board of Supervisors. Number four, the Board of Supervisors are also silent. This is similar to the crisis when foster children were found to be sleeping on floors in offices. They only addressed it when they were forced to because it became public through the media.
I have chills right now.
This is disgraceful and represents a willful decision to hide from and shirk their duties as elected representatives of, guess what? The public. They're responsible to the public. These same Board of Supervisors were derelict in the responsibilities to the public during the pandemic. They were silent and complicit with all of Governor Newsom's destructive, unscientific lockdowns, mandates, and forcing kids out of school for 2 years. Now we have the same cowardice from the Board of Supervisors, and they're silent again when facing another crisis in the county, again related to COVID. The public has a right to know, what did the Board of Supervisors know about the lab, when did they know it, and why didn't they inform the public? 5, are there any current potential dangers to the public as a result of these experiments and illegal dumping of medical waste that involve COVID-19
Oh my God.
and potential infectious agents
In our water.
that are both bacterial and viral in nature? Are there any potential adverse impacts to the farms in the area? How about the people in Fresno County or even beyond the local area? We know COVID spread around the world. How can the public be assured no medical waste was disposed of in our water systems?
Oh my God.
Number 6, were any safety measures in place at this illegal lab to protect the public from spread of COVID or the infectious agents they were experimenting with? We believe COVID spread from the Wuhan lab, and it could have come from this lab as well. Number 7, Lemoore Naval Air Station is only 45 miles from this illegal lab. As was reported in Substack, quote, all of the F-18s for all the Navy's West Coast-based carriers are located at Lemoore. The F-18s are primary strike fighters for the United States Navy. In a war with China, these are the aircraft that we would rely upon to sink Chinese naval vessels and give us victory, end quote. The implications from the spread of a debilitating virus could be devastating to our nation's military readiness. Is the location of this illegal lab coincidence, or purposeful? Now, what do we do with what we've got right now? Well, according to Joe Prado of the Fresno County Department of Health, there's currently no requirements for any lab, licensed or not, to report to the local public health department the biologicals or the testing that is being conducted. I call on the Board of Supervisors to immediately create a new law mandating this requirement in Fresno County, with the penalty of immediate shutdown if the lab is non-compliant. Additionally, there should be financial and criminal penalties for non-compliance. Secondly, Mr. Prado also stated, quote, if you don't receive public funding of any sort, you can, with private dollars, set up a laboratory in California, in the United States, end quote, just like was done here. This must change on the state and the national level. There must be enough oversight to protect the public. This clearly isn't the case now, and it must change immediately. And lastly, I don't know when elected officials will learn who they work for. It's for the public.
I love this guy,
too. The public has a right to know that after March 3rd, 5 months ago, in a legal lab experimenting with mice with COVID-19 infectious agents, similarly as was done at the Wuhan lab 3 years ago, is going on in our backyard. The public had a right to know. The public has a right to know exactly what they know and when they knew it and what they intend to do about what's going on. Secondly, are there any other labs like this floating around?
Oh, God. And
what is happening with the people who are involved in this lab? These are the questions that I've been asked by the public. These are the questions that should be answered by the public. And the Fresno Board of Supervisors and the County Public Department of Health, Public Health, has an obligation to let people know what's going on. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Councilman, so what's the connection between the city of Fresno?
All right, hold on. I'm going to pause it because I see Don Zay is a local. I hope he's alive too. Don Zay, did you hear about this on your local news? Did you get informed of this? This press conference was from July 31st. This lab was found back in March, and we wonder why we're still getting this fucking COVID. Why is everybody still getting COVID? But then COVID's not a thing anymore, but we're still getting it. Look at all these reports of China buying our property near our Air Force bases. It's happening all over the world. And meanwhile, if you guys trust Tucker and all these people, like, I don't care what side you're on, whether you're on the left or the right, if you trust people like Tucker, you think they're out for the best for you? Bullshit. Did Tucker cover this? No, he's too busy talking to Trump about fucking Epstein, right? And then on the other side of the thing, they're too busy talking about their bullshit. Everybody is on some bullshit except the real shit that we need to know about. Yeah, that was found back in March, and you just found out about it a month ago. They just bought a bunch of property in Michigan on the west side of the state, China did. And under the guise of making batteries for smart cars. This is the Motor City, and now we have Chinese people with factories making batteries for cars. What the hell has happened to our country? Let's get back to this. I am just shook.
Well, there's no connection other than I represent the public, and the public is asking me, Gary, can you get involved and find out what's going on? And so we've done that. And that's what we've done. They know darn well that I'm their voice, that I always have been a voice for the people. And just like during COVID-19, with all of the tyrannical, authoritarian, unscientific, destructive lockdowns that I opposed, they know where I stand on things. You have to have transparency in government. And it just is lacking. And it's lacking here. And it's unbelievable that we've just gone through COVID for 3 years, where millions of people lost their lives under similar circumstances with people who were experimenting in China, and a virus was unleashed upon the world. Whether it was intentional or not, we don't know. But the fact is, a virus was unleashed on the world in similar ways.
All right, so my question is, for all the people that support Trump, where's Trump been on this? Where have your leaders been on this? We have a city councilman telling us this. Where's our national and our state leaders on this? Wow. Wow. I just can't believe how much is being exposed between Hawaii and this and everything else in the government.
Experimenting with COVID-19, and then it left that lab and people died.
Are there any labs like that within the city of Fresno?
That is something we'd have to look at. I'm not aware. I mean, this is the first since I heard about this on July 25th.
Trump over
when it
there
was
shaking
reported in
hands with
local,
the Chinese
media
president.
paper there in Reedley.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's the first I've heard of any kind of lab like this anywhere. So that's something I'm sure the city of Fresno is going to look at and determine, are any labs like this operating anywhere? And if so, what's going on? Hopefully this was the only one.
How could the city act on that?
I'm sorry?
How could the city act on that?
Act on what?
Trying to find labs within the city.
Well, when you have a business, you're supposed to have a business permit, and people are supposed to provide that business permit and pay for that permit, and that's how the city knows businesses that are operating in the city. Now, if there are labs, as Mr. Prado says, that if they're private, they don't have to register with anybody, that's a problem. And that's a problem on a national and a state level, as well as a local
A
level.
global level.
Did you have a go ahead. Whoever.
I know where Joe Biden is. He has his head up his ass. I don't have to ask.
We, the city of Fresno, will certainly be doing our due diligence with this situation, looking at any relationship that occurred in the city with this lab or what they may be trying to do in the future. And the city's going to do that work, I can assure you.
Well, it's been reported that the predecessor to
Keep buying on Temu.
Reedley operated with
Keep buying Temu
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I read as well, and we're looking into that. And I've
Guys-
spoken to the city manager. I know they're all looking into that.
I just have to say one thing.
on-
I bring up Temu. I bring up TikTok. I bring up all this shit. Okay, let's talk about this. Temu, 100% China-based bullshit. It's going to take out our big box stores. You may not like the big box stores, but you either want big corporations in America or you want to be owned by China. So you either buy your stupid shit on Temu or you buy it at the Dollar Tree here or the Dollar General. Because the more you buy on Temu, the more you're going to see Dollar General go bye-bye. The more you're going to see fucking Dollar Tree go bye-bye. And you know what goes bye-bye with Dollar Tree and Dollar fucking General? Jobs. And then you have more Americans out of work. And we already have enough Americans out of work, and we don't need more Americans homeless because we've already got homeless camps everywhere. So keep buying on Temu. And as a matter of fact, keep posting on TikTok. Because all your data, all your AI data is being sent straight to them. So they can manipulate all of our data that we do. Everything we do, every click we make, every swipe we make, every fucking move we make is going straight to them. Temu is hurting Amazon, you're right. Keep buying on Temu. They get you. I don't care who you vote for. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's all going to be the same outcome. Okay? One man does not have the power to change anything. I'd rather be buying at Walmart than buying from Temu. Well, don't download it because once you download that stupid Temu app, they're up your ass. You've won prizes. Click here, click there. You get 1,000 stars. It's like a fucking video game. And they send you email after email after email to just get you back into that Temu thing. It's like the TikTok for the older people that want to save a little money on their trinkets. Be careful. Be careful. We used to complain about the big box versus local stores. Now we got to protect our big box. Ugh. Ugh.
On all levels.
Do you know
Yeah.
approximately when the Board of Supervisors would have been briefed on something like this?
No, I don't know. I don't know. But you figure if the county public health department is involved, they're responsible for the oversight there. That's why they're elected to be there. So they had to know at some point, clearly, I would suspect they knew before July 25th when everyone else found out in an article. Yes.
Spoke to the neighbors yesterday. They mentioned nobody, not one
La,
department.
la, 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 la. You don't hold account.
Absolutely any questions whatsoever. They did say that it was all Chinese-looking people that were working there. Do you know where these people are?
No.
Have they been arrested?
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. The public has a right to know, was this company sponsored by the Chinese government? Who are these people? What is their role in this lab? What was the role of the experimentation with COVID-19 with mice and genetically engineering them to carry the virus? Why is that going on?
Right. Like, why do we want any creature in this country to be injected with COVID? And why is it unregulated? So, Trump blamed it on China. Yeah, da, 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 da. Well, look at what we're learning. Do you really believe it had to have come from China? Look at what's going on our own soil. There's no laws. There's no regulations. They can have 900 rats in a warehouse legally injected with COVID-19 and maybe cocaine too. I feel like I need cocaine. No, I mean cocaine. Cocaina. No. Anyways, seriously, how do we know this shit wasn't going on in our country back then? Why did it have to come from Wuhan? And if you think Trump doesn't know exactly where all this shit originated from and what's going on, then you're blind too. And I'm not saying that to infuriate you, but they're all just liars. I don't know how else to say it. That's all it's about. That's it. It all boils down to that. And if you think Trump cares more about you than he does about his pocketbook, you're mistaken. Trump cares about Trump. That's why Trump was a big baby last night and couldn't show up to the thingies because he's going to protest the debates. Come on. Who does that? And who wants to vote for someone who acts that way? That's just nothing but drama and problems. Show up to the damn debate. Tell the people what they want to hear. The people are sick of games. We're sick of games. So sitting back like a baby, releasing an interview with Tucker about Epstein, what is that? Nothing but a huge distraction. And you should be pissed if you support him. You should be pissed that he did that. He should have shown up and told the American people the truth. Instead of sitting there, oh, I'm going to be indicted tomorrow. God, they're just all such babies, and we suffer because of it. We're the ones in the dark about Wuhan labs in America. We're the ones left in the dark. We're the ones getting the fucking COVID and can't go to work. We're the ones getting COVID and losing our family members. These motherfuckers don't care. We're the ones that have medical workers that are working in hospitals wearing fucking respirators so they don't get sick and die so they can take care of the ill. Are you kidding me right now? And then we had a shortage of respirators. Do you remember that fiasco? How convenient. And dude, I'm not usually a total tinfoil hatter. I don't think this is tinfoil hat at all. I just think this is bullshit. I just think it's all bullshit, and we should be more care more about the people, right? Our neighbors, our friends, our family than we do about these politicians, because they're all about all they're about. I don't care what side they're on. And you can unsubscribe from me because I don't lick an ass on one side or the other. I never will. I never will, because I care more about my neighbors, my family, and my friends than I do about Donald Trump or Joe Biden or anyone else who gets in that ring. And I'm just telling the truth. I'm not on any side, Texas Bunny. What side am I on? Tell me. Tell me what side I'm on. I'm on the side of the people. I'm on the side of you and your loved ones and the side of what's best for all of our children. Think about all the my children had to go through this COVID thing, and completely lost touch with having a regular life in society. People should be sick of it. I mean, we're finding out about a lab that had COVID-19 that killed our people. And no one's saying shit. No one's saying anything but a city councilman. There's something wrong with that. There's a problem when we have a city councilman who's probably risking his life to tell us this. And we're still all getting COVID. But they're like, oh, we're not going to keep track of it anymore. How fucking convenient. Because now there's no proof of, how many people are getting sick now. Because they're not keeping track of it. And maybe I'm just coming upon this truth. I don't know if it's been out there for a long time. But it seems like China is infiltrating from every little crevice that we see. But then we're being told Russia is the bad guy and we're throwing all this money to Ukraine. Make it make sense. We're truly being duped here. And I don't know why I see it, but I see it and I can't unsee it. It just doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, there's a reason. And, I just went through a whole thing. We're going to do a live and we're going to do a fundraiser for the locals of Hawaii that goes to the locals of Hawaii. That doesn't go to fucking United Way and Red Cross and FEMA and all that crap. And I was because I'm going to do a video for you guys and I'm going to show you the history of Hawaii before Hawaii was a state. When the American men pushed the queen off her throne back in the late 1800s. Those people didn't want to become a state, but guess what I learned in history in high school? I learned that it was a good thing, that it was a positive thing, and that the Hawaiian people were happy to become a part of America. No, they weren't. They signed a petition, and over 90% of them did not want to become a state. And guess what? That petition was ignored. There's a lot of history we didn't learn, guys. A shit ton.
Why is it going on here? What's the purpose of that?
Sad.
The public has a right to know all of those questions. Now, this is not about Chinese people. This is about a lab where people are using COVID-19 and infectious agents on mice illegally, dumping it illegally, and apparently they happen to be Chinese nationals. We'll find out whether that's the case or not. But I know you want to inject race into it, but it has nothing to do with this.
Is there a law that states, that protects the departments that are supposed to notify us of what's going on, that they can use?
I can't hear her question, so hopefully he repeats it.
There is no excuse, as far as I'm concerned, for not notifying the public about what's taking place.
Is there a particular person at the county level you hold responsible?
I hold the Board of Supervisors responsible. I hold the Department of Public Health. It is the Department of Public Health. And Dr. Vora had no problem spending every week for the last 2 years during the pandemic spewing misinformation to the public, and yet he's incredibly silent now. So is the Department of Public Health, and so is the Board of Supervisors, but they were silent during COVID the whole time.
Guys, I just...
Well, the city of Reedley is the one that discovered it, and frankly, I want to give kudos to the Reedley Code Enforcement for finding it, for acknowledging it, for seeing it, for investigating it, and frankly, for all the agencies that are now investigating it. That's exactly what needs to happen.
I agree. I'm surprised we even got to hear about it. This is really scary because they had 900 mice in this warehouse infected with COVID. My question, can we get COVID from mice? We're over here talking about monkeys, and they're bringing out half dog, half fucking armadillo creatures from China that they said this came from. Remember that? Like a raccoon dog or some shit. And we got 900 mice in California with COVID in 2023. What? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's my question. Can we get it from mice? Because I just went outside after the last live and my cat, Miss Mama over here, Mama is here. Let me show you. She's way over there in the corner. I can barely see her. But she killed a mouse. And there's a mouse outside in my freaking driveway. So now I'm in Florida. Okay. I think if anyone's gonna get hit like as a global, like a wipeout thing, they're probably gonna wipe out my state first. So is there fucking mice that have fucking COVID running around in other states? Like, do you think how easy that could be to inject? And I'm not saying they did this, but to inject mice, right? Get them infected with this and then let them loose. Spread it around. Spread it to your cats. Spread it to your dogs. Spread it to whatever. Then we got this fucking Chinese balloon that flies over. I mean, do they think we're dumb? So this Chinese balloon, they let it. They let it because someone said the Bidens with China, whatever. Yeah. So we have this fucking balloon that goes over. And then we have this major heat wave. We have all these wildfires. We have tornadoes in places where they've never seen tornadoes. We have snow where they've never seen snow. We have hurricanes where they've never seen hurricanes. I don't get it. Canada is on fire. There are people trapped because the roads are shut down up in the Northwest Territory, way the fuck up there, where there's one motherfucking way in and one motherfucking way out. They're stuck. No one's talking about this. I'm confused. Why are people still getting COVID? Why was Ann Taylor wearing a mask in court? Because she had COVID. Washington State is on fire. Thank you. A balloon went over. Doo-doo-doo, and hovered over our fucking military bases. Oh, wait. I just have a new. Floodwaters as deep as 3 feet swallow community near canyons. This is a Weather Channel right now. Dude, I'm telling you, this shit's crazy. Grand Canyon flooding. The Grand Canyon is flooding? What? Hold on. Let's see what this video is. This is crazy. This is just in. I'd love to know more about those mosquitoes because I get eaten alive. Look. You guys see that? The frick is going on? What is this? This is the Grand Canyon. What's going on here? I mean, weird. So anyways, and then we have all these these young kids that are dying from like heart attacks, like playing football and they're dying. Oh my gosh. Who lives in Florida and is talking about the damn mosquitoes? I have never seen mosquitoes, or let me unsee mosquitoes like I have in Florida. The past 2 years, we have these mosquitoes, and I'm not kidding. Charlie, oh my gosh, stay safe, please. Skagit County. That's where Ethan's from. These mosquitoes, you can't see them. And they bite you it hurts. Like they don't itch. They freaking burn. And I'm like, what are these freaking mosquitoes? Because they're super skinny. Like you can barely see them. They're like really light brown. They're not big at all. That's the thing. They're not like mutinies. They're not like, oh, they're in Florida and they've just expanded and they're monsters. You can barely see them. Bill Gates can go to hell because they hurt. I'm in Pinellas, so you're just north of me. I haven't heard about any of that. Why did he release? Dude, they hurt. I mean, like, we'll literally come in and be like, oh my God, you have to like, I don't even know, you can't do anything. They really, really hurt. It's just, and usually like if you see a mosquito, you can like slap it and there'd be like blood, because they're like biting you. You can't see them to slap them. And they're not no-see-ums. They're mosquitoes. They look like a mosquito, except they're smaller and they're more thin. Like, it seems like you guys have been seeing them mosquitoes in Michigan and Indiana. Pennsylvania as well. That is so weird. I get hives. And I've never been allergic to mosquito bites. Like, usually I'd get a mosquito bite, and if you don't mess with it, it goes down and you forget it's there. Maybe 5-10 minutes of itchiness, it's gone. These hurt. Like you're getting little stingers in your legs. It's awful, man. And they also form like little heads on them, like ant bites. So weird. It's so weird.
La, 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 la. You don't hold a
And we've just, I don't know. It's really scary. All right, let's finish this. In the description of the video, if you guys want to send things, the address is in the description of the video.
Building is going to be torn down. Have you heard about that?
I do not know anything. Again, that's Reedley, and so I don't know.
We've gotten a
I
lot
don't
of
know what they're
information
going
from
to do.
him, though.
When you call for people to be held responsible, what do you mean by that?
Well, you have an illegal lab. You're genetically engineering COVID into mice. For what reason, we don't know. You have a Department of Public Health that becomes aware of this very shortly. It's now been 5 months.
Heads should
the
be
public is
rolling
not
on
informed
this.
of this except from a reporter who reported this in a local media outlet. That's unacceptable to me. It's unacceptable to the people who are calling me. And it should be unacceptable to our constituents, which it is, when you have public officials who are supposed to be representing their interests, and they're not talking about this very dangerous behavior that's going on. If we can't understand that this is dangerous after going through COVID and millions of people dying, I don't know what it's going to take for elected officials to get off their asses and represent the people.
Woo! Ooh, I love you guys. You guys are going to love this guy. If you live near Fresno, you need to go meet this dude. He is like the Grady Judd of the city council. Stop it. Stop it. This guy does.
Into mice.
I want this guy on my program.
What reason, we don't know. You have a Department of Public Health that becomes aware of this very shortly. It's now been 5 months. The public is not informed of this except from a reporter who reported this in a local media outlet. That's unacceptable to me. It's unacceptable to the people who are calling me. And it should be unacceptable to our constituents, which it is, when you have public officials who are supposed to be representing their interests, and they're not talking about this very dangerous behavior that's going on. If we can't understand that this is dangerous after going through COVID and millions of people dying, I don't know what it's going to take for elected officials to get off their asses and represent the people.
Should somebody lose their job of this?
I'll leave that to the county. I think Dr. Voris should have lost his job long ago. I would have fired him long ago for all of the misinformation he was spewing to the people in Fresno County.
It sounds like this is going to be a campaign issue.
We can't. Listen, my position of who I am and what I do as a representative for the people is very clear. And my position and the way I conduct myself is very different than most politicians. I'm unafraid. I speak the truth. I don't back down from all of the attacks, and I'll be attacked here too, I'm sure. So they understand that, and that's a very different thing. Whether it happens in a campaign, we shall see.
Have any other local officials contacted you asking for help?
No.
So you're the only one?
Well, I'm the only one today who's been speaking out as far as we know, since July 25th.
So you said the public has been asking you questions.
Yes.
Have you taken those questions to officials yet?
I've taken the questions to the public, just like I'm asking right now. These questions need to be answered by officials who are involved in this incident.
So have you taken those questions to the public health?
I'm doing that right today.
I have a question. In all the articles that have been released, because this story is spreading across the nation, and it takes 30 freezers full of tissues, right? Where are these tissues coming out of? There was a leaked email out of Fresno Community Hospital, Coast Community Hospital, exposing the increased demand.
I don't think it's rhetoric at all. Just being honest.
In that same email, it stated that there was a baby missing, and after searching for the baby for a long time, it was found behind urine samples. I find that odd. Were they selling it to these labs? I think there needs to
This is a really long question. I can't hear it.
be and other investigations open in addition.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You listed off a bunch of concerns, including fighter jets and your Lemoore. Where are you getting these other concerns that haven't been verified yet?
Well, when you say they haven't been verified, the concern is a verified concern.
It is a verified concern, but you've raised concerns about fighter jets and Lemoore. What does that have to do with this?
Well, if you understand COVID and
What happened? Did I get cut off? Oh my God, it's a conspiracy. It ends there. You guys, it ends there. That's a fucking end. Look at it's the most watched part too. Everyone's like, what the fuck? That's like a really long question. And then
yes, sir.
You listed off a bunch of concerns, including fighter jets and your Lemoore. Where are you getting these other concerns that haven't been verified yet?
Well, when you say they haven't been verified, the concern is a verified
They
concern.
what?
It is a verified concern, but you've raised concerns.
Wait, they put what on my header?
Well, if you understand COVID,
They
and
did. Why am I seeing this? Let's see what it says. When you search or watch videos related to topics prone to misinformation, such as the moon landing, you may see an information panel at the top of your search results. Information panels show basic background info sourced from independent third-party partners to give more context on a topic. These information panels will show regardless of what opinions or perspectives are expressed. What? So they label these? No, they label the video now for resources? Do they do that on the moon landing, or is that just a stupid? No wonder we wear tinfoil hats. Shit. We need to. We need to. So yeah, that was the city councilman. I didn't expect to find that today. I thought that was pretty interesting. But that's the end of that.
I'm doing that right today. Long ago, I would have fired him long ago for all of the misinformation he was spewing to the
I
people
love
in
this
Fresno
guy so
County.
much.
It sounds like this is going to be a campaign issue for supervisor.
Listen, my position of who I am and what I do
I liked this part.
as a representative of the people is very clear. And my position and the way I conduct myself is very different than most politicians. I'm unafraid. I speak the truth. I don't back down from all of the attacks, and I'll be attacked here too, I'm sure. So they understand that, and that's a very different thing.
Tinfoil
Whether it
cowboy
happens in a
hat,
campaign, we
absolutely.
shall see.
Shape it any way you want.
Local officials contacted you asking for help.
No.
Thank you, my three sons.
Well, I'm the only one today who's been speaking out as far as we know, since July 25th.
So you said the public has been asking you questions.
Yes.
Have you taken those questions to officials yet?
I've taken the questions to the public, just like I'm asking right now. These questions need to be answered.
So he's
by
asking publicly.
officials who were involved in this incident.
So have you taken those questions to the public health?
I'm doing that right today.
He's kind of sassy. I love it. All right, listen. Let's see if there's any updates on this lab before we, because this article right here, Secret Biological Lab in Reedley, shut down. See that? This is from July. This is July 26th of 2023, and this is Fox 26 News. Ooh, here's more stories. More federal attention on illegal. Ooh, Speaker McCarthy visited. Ooh, let's see what this says. This is August 4th, so a few days after this guy blew the whistle.
On the low carbon diet from Green.
I'm on the low COVID diet.
Good evening to you. I'm Liz Gonzalez. Monty Torres has a night off. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. As we mentioned, there are new developments in this story that we've been following now for over a week. First, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says that he plans to discuss the illegal lab with a House Select Committee on China. Two, we've learned the lab received hundreds of thousands of dollars from the state. And now the city of Fresno is releasing new details over that lab's planned move to Fresno.
Here is a lab that is studying, doing things that they did not have jurisdiction or policy or rights to. But if it wasn't for code enforcement or a fire, we would have never known about it.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy news about an illegal lab that was operating out of a warehouse in Reedley. The lab, Prestige Bio.
Okay, hold on. Who just said Granny Goose? Anyone can call a press conference. It doesn't make it a news story. What you're watching is real. Hold on.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
Do you see where it says Alliance Hung Nin Inc.? Does that look fucking American to you? I don't know if this is a different lab or not. But yeah, you're seeing this went to the House. This went to the federal level. And this is real.
Tech that, according to letters and court documents, posed a hazard to the community over possible explosions or a health crisis, as it kept thousands of gallons of biological fluids and samples of HIV, malaria, RSV, COVID, and SARS.
Do you remember when all of a sudden all these kids were getting RSV? Oreo Express? I've never heard of them. Do you remember when all of a sudden all these babies started getting RSV?
Wake up.
And they were like, oh, we don't have enough antibiotics. Oh, we don't have enough incubators. And we're talking about thousands of gallons. Why is this not being talked about in the House? Thousands of gallons, you guys. Yep, and now they have a vaccine and with boosters. Gross.
They were doing research that wasn't allowed. My concern is to get to the bottom of what happened here, but also look is where is this happening other parts of this country as well. And I'm going to take this back to the Select Committee on China in dealing with it as well and working with the FBI.
You know, this is crazy because I do agree. This kind of shit's been going on forever, right? It has. I completely agree. Except now, with all of the digital media age, it's being unmasked. That fucking mask is coming off and they can't stop it. And this might be a little bit about what Elon Musk was warning them about. That you might want to be a little careful with all this artificial intelligence that you know nothing about. Because it can take that mask off real fast. Real fast. Like it can wipe people. I mean, that's what cancel culture is all about. That's the fucking mask off.
Mask on, yeah, fucking mask off, mask on, yeah, fucking mask off.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. We call it cancel culture. What do you think it really is? It's the mask being pulled off and these people being exposed. Bye. Nobody wants to see your piece of shit ass. Bye. You've been faking everybody. Bye. That's what canceling is. Ripping that mask off. They can't stop it. The digital age is out of their hands, out of their control completely. And if you unsubscribe from me for this, bye, because I'm about you. I'm here. I want all of us to be healthy and happy, and our children to be healthy and happy. And in seeing past the suits and ties, people are seeing it.
McCarthy mentioned during his visit on Thursday that the lab received money from the state. In April of 2019, Universal MedTech, a predecessor to Prestige Biotech, received a $360,000 tax
This
credit
is a
from the
problem.
state as part of a program to encourage companies to move or expand in California. But by October of 2022, Fresno County Environmental Health carried out inspections, finding issues with the storage of chemicals and hazardous materials, along with other structural issues. And it moved to Reedley. According to court documents, a representative for the lab said it would be moving to Fresno once again. But now Fresno city leaders say that Prestige and the owners of the property where it plans to move have not provided a list of hazardous materials, let alone permits to handle these, leaving that building empty for now. A representative from Prestige emailed the county saying that he and others were actually surprised to hear of all the infectious agents found, claiming that those are not part of the lab's research. Now, what's more, big reason why we keep saying China. According to the county, the representative that provided an address in China for Prestige's president to the county. But the county says that that address cannot be found on any maps, leading Assistant Fresno County Public Health Director Joe Prado to write, quote, "It appears that you are not wanting to provide real information."
Wake up.
New overnight, the search is on for the people responsible for shooting at a car
Hold on.
outside of Fashion Fair Mall.
What the hell is that? I mean, wow. Okay, hold up. Look at this lady's face. This is mood right here. Look at her face. This is how America feels. This is how America feels about this news. And you should feel this way about this news. This is how we should be feeling about this right now. We're sold out to China. We've been sold out to China. And I think all that rhetoric about Trump, like, oh, China, like, he knows. He knows that he knows they own us. Timu owns us. But what I wanted to do was Angie B, you're gonna have to rewind because this is you're gonna be like, what the heck? Is this a different video? Let's see what this is. Oh, you ever had these? You guys ever had these Fat Boy sandwiches? Freaking good. You get a gifted membership when you join the chat, you accept, and then when someone is generous enough to give them away, you get one.
Torres has a night off. Thank you so much for
There's
joining
more
us
info.
tonight. As we mentioned, there are new developments in this story that we've been following now for over a week. First, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says that he plans to discuss the illegal lab with the House Select Committee on China. Two, we've learned the lab received hundreds of thousands of dollars from the state. And now the city of Fresno is releasing new details over that lab's planned move to Fresno.
Here is a lab
we
that
already
is
watched
studying,
this.
doing things that they did not have.
All right. What I wanted to see was the name on that. Shit, sorry. I wanted to see that Chinese name because I'm going to be an ass and I'm going to Google that name and show you guys what comes up. Just because I'm stupid like that. But where's that name, that Nin, whatever it said? Did you guys see that? Because you were like, isn't that a different lab? Where was that name?
So is that
They're
a dog?
definitely not naming these Chinese nationals.
Or is it a
And
cigar?
did you hear what they said? The Chinese nationals are like, oh, what? We didn't know those kinds of chemicals and bioagents were in the lab. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. But why are they protecting these people's identities so much? Do you guys remember what that name said or where I saw that? It was like Nin something. Ninja. No, maybe it was this one. Let's see. Because you guys were like, oh, is that the different Hung? Punani. Punani's got it on the brain. She says it was hung something.
My niggas wife me once they get that good punani.
Is it this one? I don't think we watched this one because I didn't see this dude. Is that the sign right there? All right, let me screenshot it and see. Is this it? Oh my god, it's so blurry. Get out of here. Hung Ninja. Oh my god, Jammers, you're awesome. Jammers wants me to Google it so bad. All right, so we finished that because it cut us off, right? Okay, so we're done with him. All right, now we're going to go to Google. Thank you, Jammers. Something hung. Nincompoop. Is it really Hung Nin Choi? Or are you joking? Hung Nin Ink. Angie B. hung like a horse. Hung Nin. Okay. Hung Nin Ink. Why does it say Tampa? Why? Why does it say Tampa? Tell me that's just because I live here. Is it just because I live here? Please, I don't want him to be near me. I'm scared. Hung's like, you click that search button and you're a goner, girl. All right, here we go. What is this shit? Try a new AI-powered experiment with overviews? I'm all set with that, Google. Jesus, what is going on, guys? I feel like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone today. It's always fun to go in the portal a little bit. Long duck dong. All right. Alliance says, oh, God. Okay, here we go. Granite countertops. Dude, this is fishy as fuck. Granite countertops and cabinets. Furniture. Dude, I don't know if I want to keep going. I can't. Guys, furniture? Fucking countertops and cabinets? More like COVID, AIDS, RSV, malaria. What's this? Look at this. The Los Angeles Chinese Massacre of 1871. The mob gathered after hearing that a policeman and a rancher had been killed as a result of a conflict between rival Tongs, the Neen Young and the Hong Chow. What's it supposed to say? Killer viruses. Sushi, I love you. I love you, Sushi. I know I'm so... Why is 9 Inch Nails coming up? Oh, this is scary. Scary stuff, man. Okay, I'm not getting anything. All right, so I just wanted to see. Let's go up to the top and let's click the open corporates first thing. It's terminated. 23. Oh my God. Modesto? There's something wrong here. Whoa. Okay, so if we break this down, this dude's been here for over 23 years. Okay. And this alliance was terminated. And it used to be in Modesto by Scott Peterson. So maybe that's why Scott Peterson killed his wife and unborn baby. Maybe he contracted some kind of weird virus. So here down here is the dissolution. They were suspended by the state. Spanker Avenue. Just kidding. Spanker. Let's see what this looked like. Oh, God, I'm almost afraid. Wouldn't that be something if that was like Scott Peterson's house? I would shit. Suspicious site, I'll say. Fuck. Even Spectrum's sketchy about it. Say it isn't so. Oh my God. If this is the warehouse where Scott Peterson, I'm dead fucking serious. Remember he had the warehouse he worked out of? And he went there and that's where he made like the cinder block thingy. Good grief. Someone needs to look up Spanker, see where I'm waiting for the G-men to come knocking on my door like they did to Brian Koberger's DNA analysis lady. Can you believe 2 FBI agents knocked on her door and said, "Hey lady, we want to talk about you, about the bullshit you're on at this Brian Koberger trial." What is going on? I feel like it's fake. I can't. But they got suspended by the state. SOSU, Secretary of State suspension. I don't know what that would be for. All right, here's another open corporates for Hung Nin. Clap, clap. Oh, you guys. This one says Reedley, though. See? Same guy 3 years ago. Reedley, California, 850 I Street. Agent name, Ho Nin Ah Yang. And then there's 2 other officers. They did their... Oh, my God. Stop. Oh. They added the same person, Ho Nin Ah Yang. And then it says inactive over here. That one's in Reedley. Okay, let's go back. Here's the Chamber of Commerce. What? This is on the Chamber of Commerce. What? Oh, no, this is just a spam site. Never mind. Oh, my bad. Retracted. I double dog dare someone to call that number and ask for Ho or Hung. I think these are just Hung Alliance. See, this is just crappy. Alliance. Oh my God, he has a Yahoo. Should I call him and see if he wants to give a statement? Alliance Inc. Granite Countertops and Cabinets is located in Reedley, California, and was founded in 2004. At this location, Alliance Inc. Granite Countertops and Cabinets employs approximately 11 people. This business is working in the following industry: hardware stores. Annual sales for Alliance is around $200,000. And then we have Anyan Nin. Anyan? What? Wow. I'm not calling that number. Furniturelist.us. Yelp. They have a Yelp profile. Unclaimed furniture stores. Look, it's right by the splash pad. Oh my God, there's a splash pad. You guys, there's kids taking their foot. Oh my God. Guys, there's a fucking splash pad for little children. Look how close. Look how close to the Reedley place that had freaking AIDS and malaria and COVID. Look how close it is to a little kid's splash pad. Oh, I feel sick because see, there's I Street. Oh my God. Forbidden said there's something wrong. Oh my God, I'm sweating. That's so scary. Oh Lord, have mercy. Why does this stuff fall in my lap? Home goods store. This is all Reedley. And then we have the Mid-Valley Times reporting this on June 15th. City inspection leads to the discovery of 300 abandoned white mice. Abandoned. They just left this shit. This must be the illegal hose. How do you have a hose illegally screwed in? I didn't understand that too much, but this must be the hose right here that they had in the side of the building. Let me move this over. You guys, this is absolutely jarring. I'm jarred. I'm Amaka all the way. Because this is some sinister shit. Wait till Potato sees this. She's at work right now doing cartwheels. Wait till she gets out of work and sees this. She's going to be like, oh my God. What's going on? Okay, here, let's make this full screen so you guys can see it real good. It even says showroom. It even says showroom. Dude, there's a fucking helicopter going over my house right now. You hear that? Are you kidding me? They're probably dropping agents on my house right now. I need to go get a Coke Zero. I'll be right back. Yeah, she's gymnastics instructor. Coach, I should say. Coach. Come on up, Bella. Meanwhile, the news is streaming 24/7 about Trump turning himself in. Okay. All right, I'm back. So this is the showroom. Let's zoom in here. See what we can see. Thank you for giving the update, Jammers. I'm trying to get this so I can see what's inside there. Like, did they have it fake set up like it was a freaking store? Like some kind of a shop? Because it says showroom. Look how old that is. Look, they literally have like shit in there set up like it's a real time store. And look, it says Alliance. Thank you, Scoop with Barb. Did you guys hear that though? Well, I'm right by the airport. They always go over, but it was still just kind of the timing. It was so funny. Okay. So this is Alliance. This is really scary because it almost looks like they might have been living here. Look at this. Look at these windows up here. They've even got like curtains and like air conditioners and shit. I bet you they were residing here. Oh, that's where the picture ends. And they didn't have any of this stuff wrapped up tight, but look at it. It was all covert. All made to look like some kind of a showroom that nobody wants to go to. And nobody ever knows what it's really for. How many buildings like this do you have in your town? I've seen a lot of buildings like this in a lot of towns where you're just like, oh, you just kind of cruise through the industrial area. Look at that plant. It looks like it got blasted with some kind of an agent. But they even put plants out there to make it look welcoming. Forbidden says they're over her house too, or him. Yeah, I bet they lived here. I mean, it even looks like they have little displays inside. And a welcome rug. The question is, though, why did they abandon it suddenly? Like, what happened to make them suddenly just say, we're out of here? All right, let's read this. During a building inspection, thank you, Darren Frazier, for reporting on the truth there, local. Reedley, during a building inspection in March, Reedley's code enforcement department discovered a horde of white mice, many of which were deceased due to being abandoned with no food and water. They should be put in jail for animal cruelty, at the very least. Where are these people? Code enforcement officer Jocelyn Harper said the city was responding to possible building code violations, along with a mass of unaccounted for mice. The city found hazardous electrical conditions, water damage, and other unsafe conditions. And then they put up the unsafe to occupy. So they euthanized all the other mice, 900 mice. On May 31st, the Fresno County Department of Health issued an ordered closure and abatement order for the property. The order closed the business and made specific demands from the business owner regarding biologicals, i.e. mice. The owner had until July 7th to comply or incur penalties. The department did not respond to questions regarding the story except to say it is an ongoing investigation. On June 9th, the department issued a second ordered closure and abatement. The second order gave the business owner until June 11th. It is not known if the business owner complied. Alliance has since gone out of business. The Mid Valley Times discovered that Prestige Biotech Inc. of Fresno was responsible for setting up an unlicensed lab and for bringing mice to the premises of 850 I Street. AYNCLP of Oakland is the registered owner of the property. What? This is freaking weird. Look at this. This is it. Sam Archibald? What? So Sam Archibald, Sam M. Archibald, who lives, or the address is 500 Sansom Street in San Fran and Oakland, owns that building. So what does he have to say about this? I wonder. If anything. Federal investigation. You guys, what did we just come across? Just as July 31st as well. Federal and state investigators have turned their investigation to Reedley. Chlamydia? Fucking chlamydia? Oh my God. Testing by public health agencies shows there is no threat to the public either in the air or in the water, said Reedley City Manager Nicole Ziba. I trust you. The business owners never applied for a license, and Ziba said it was a city inspector's diligence that led to the discovery. But concerns arose from one Fresno politician that once the discovery was made, the public should have been notified. And then Gary, this is where Gary says there's no excuse for it. In December, a Reedley code enforcement officer noticed a garden hose coming out of the back of 850 I Street. The city had known the building to be vacant going back to at least 2011, so it prompted them to dig deeper. Wow. Ugh. The building owner, he didn't return calls to the frickin' code enforcement. Neither did Nin Ho Young. AYNCLP did not return their calls. Calls made to Zylan Wang of Nevada-based Prestige and Universal Meditech were not returned. So there's some guy named Zylan Wang in Nevada running under Prestige Biotech and Universal Meditech. What inspectors found prompted them to involve federal, state, and county authorities. Boxes containing vials of blood, urine, and more had been stacked haphazardly throughout the warehouse. County public health officials, as well as the CDC, had to break into 2 locked sub-zero freezers containing samples of malaria, HIV, COVID, and chlamydia. A cleaning company found 44 drums of biological fluid still frozen. Yes, I'll get you the link. Hold on. Hold on.
last 2.5, 3 years.
Okay, I found it. Here, I'll put it in the chat, and then I'll also stick it in the description of this video, okay? Wow, Warrior Princess. That is so weird. Cerveza. I never got the vaccine. I don't even want to say that out loud. Like, I don't want anybody to know if I have the vaccine or not. Like, that scares me. Like, is there going to come a time where they're going to be like, hey, you need to, you need to get that vaccine they haven't gotten yet or whatever. Here. Poo poo platter. I just saw scroll by. So it says here that, the backflow prevention devices at the business would have kept any contaminants from getting into the water. The backflow device had not been tampered and was still working. Wastewater samples showed no irregularities. Nearly 1,000 white mice were kept in cages. All but 10 kept as evidence were incinerated. They've never had a license or a permit. State officials would not comment. Owner of Prestige never applied for a business license. Universal Meditech manufactured pregnancy tests in Fresno. They moved to Fresno in 2019. They're moving all around. So the Reedley city manager says they were only using it as a storage facility while Universal Meditech was changing facilities. You believe that? I ain't buying that. Look at these freezers. Looks really professional, doesn't it? Looks really clean, professional, sanitary, like they're really conducting some serious, legitimate testing on COVID. Like, this place is immaculate. I can't imagine that they would have any, like, flaws in their testing. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Crazy. Should we just stay live and I should just watch my own fucking premiere at this point? What? Okay, let's keep going. You decide. Nothing to see here or Broadfield, right? This is on Twitter. Katie Grimes. Who owns the property and other businesses at the illegal Chinese COVID lab in Reedley? It appears that the property owner, AYNCLP, is operating and or renting to multiple businesses at 850 I Street. Where's the other 3-letter agencies that are supposed to protect our country? Has anyone done a PRA request related to the recapturing of the $360,000 tax credit? Wow. $360,000 tax credit. And I just got a bill from the IRS that they made a mistake on my 2021 taxes and I owe them $4,000. Keep fighting over politicians, people. Keep fighting over politicians. When you realize that your best friend in the end of this whole saga of whatever we're going through right now is going to be your neighbors. It's going to be your family. It's going to be your friends. It's not going to be these guys in suits and bunkers that are freaking or going down in their bunkers so they don't get killed, you know? So here's a second business, A. Young Market Street, LLC. That shares the same address, oh my God, as Archibald. As this Archibald guy. See this? Market Street and Sansom Street. Look at how it all connects. President for Sincere Home Decor. Where are these people and why aren't they in prison? Since 2007. There's Ninho. If I go missing, you know who has me. What? See this Market Street, 225? Look at all these are located at that same address. Sincere Home Decor. And look how much it's worth. Look at the land value. Look at the land value.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
What?
Diamond ring girl. Everybody have fun tonight. We should be waterboarding these guys and trying to find out what the fuck they were doing with all these mice. They should be waterboarded like we do with prisoners. What is going on? This is nuts. Team Efforts Co. There you go. There's where it leads right back. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh. Look at. This is what? Phosphoric acid, 99 crystal DG. I don't know what all this means. Chemtrek. Company contracted with Chemtrek. This is like Blue Logistics. This is phosphoric acid. This is them having phosphoric acid traded over here. Look, from Sheen Lead International Trading in Shanghai. See this? This is how they originated. It came from China. Hold on, let me make this bigger. That's what she said, or he said. Look. We're in a big J-hole. Look. This is how they got it. Shut up. I'm not on edibles. It came from Shanghai. Phosphoric acid. See that? Not going to dox the logistics lady, but route. Shanghai, China to Oakland, California by vessel. The Ever Lively brought it over. You think I'm crazy? I ain't crazy. This is them bringing these chemicals over. Look. Sheen Lead. 2017, dude. 53,000 kilograms. From Shanghai, China to Oakland, California by vessel. Another one. Best Cheer Industry. Plastic case, 22 pieces. From the mainland of China to Oakland, California. But this is all trade stuff. Look, freezer cooler. See this? They don't even buy, like, they come here and they make, This is fucked up, man. They come here and do this, and they don't even buy shit here for their supplies. See, this is where they got the countertops from, because they brought countertops and cabinets over from China. Look, quartz. They probably made their countertops like their lab out of that. 18 pieces of countertop. Stone products, 14 pieces. Parts for game console development tool, 916 pieces. And they got a bunch of clothes. Optical lenses. Oh my God. Did you guys hear about the eye drops that were recalled? Look at, they even sent over their damn beer coolers. Bath mats. Phosphoric acid. Oh my God. Can't. I know y'all think I'm in like some crazy ass hole, but watch this. Just came out. Look, FDA says stop using 2 eye drop products because of serious health risks, including vision, look, and life-threatening infections. What's in this shit? Oh my God. Potential bacterial or fungal contamination. The FDA's testing of the products found that they were contaminated with microbes and were not sterile, which is required under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Both products, which the agency said are unapproved and are being illegally marketed in the U.S., also contain methylsulfomethane as an active ingredient, which is not approved in eye drops. Using contaminated eye drops could result in minor to serious vision-threatening infection, which could possibly progress to life-threatening infection, the FDA said. It advises anyone with signs or symptoms of an eye infection to seek medical care immediately. Dispose of them by following these instructions. You can't even throw this shit out. What's in it? Oh, fuck, man. You think I'm crazy? I ain't crazy. I just found this while being online with you guys. This isn't even something I knew about. Look, according to the FBI, the FDA Light Eyes product was contaminated with not good. Pseudomonas aeruginosa of bacteria that can cause infections in the blood, lungs, or other part of the body. And it says eye repair. If that doesn't say China all over it, I don't know what does. Because they never like write things right. Like you think they'd get that right. Like this MSM drops. Like what's a MSM? No one in America is going to go, oh, MSM, those are eye drops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, what's MSM? And then they make it seem all legit by putting Bernie's. This is like a terrorist attack. Look at these. Eye repair. No American made eye drops are going to say eye repair. We don't say that. Yes, Sushi Sue. There's a store here that I'll put all these links in the description of this video so you guys can go back and revisit this stuff. I'll put all the links from my history in there. So like we don't call it eye repair. You know what I mean? We don't word things like that. Oh, Lake Rat, you can email our team. You can email our team because look, that looks like something legit, right? That looks like something, the label looks legit. Be careful. And be careful on Amazon because it's got a lot of Chinese made stuff too. You don't know what's in that makeup. You don't know what's in that lip gloss. It is very eye opening. This is London based Light Eyes. Has not responded to the FDA warning of potential life threatening infection from the use of the eye drop product. London based. So we must have the Chinese, because I don't believe this is people like English people. Light Eyes Limited, London. Let's see. Dr. Charlie Carmichael. Oh, he is British. Clinical psychologist and a doctor. One lives in Scotland, one lives in Australia. So maybe it's not related. See, that's why you got to look things up. Hopefully those are their real names. I mean, but it makes sense why it says eye repair. Maybe they say that. Because we don't say that here. We don't say eye repair. Like our eye drops just wouldn't word it like that. They were dissolved, though, it looks like. Dissolved in 2020. Carmichael. I don't know. I don't even know what to make of that. Who knows? Look at Light Eyes. Color changing. Those are the color changing. What? Look, 11K followers. Light Eyes. Light Eyes team. This is their last post was during COVID. And they go into how they're keeping things. Look at people laughed. I didn't know you could use drops to change the color of your eyes. Why would anybody put that in their eyes? That's so bad. I recommend the advanced Brightlit drop and an MSM drop. Oh, hold on one second, guys. Oh, BRB, hold on. Hello, I'm back. Yes, we need to start reading things. Did you guys know that you could change your eye color by eye drops? Did anyone see that? Her brownies. I'm not on edible. I don't take edibles. I hate edibles. If I was stoned, you'd see me freaking smoking. Are you asking if the change is permanent? Yes, it is. This is permanent. It is possible to change dark eyes to this honey shade. For this, I would recommend either our Advanced Brightlit Drop or our Ultra Drop. Guaranteed in 6 months or your money back, and they say it's natural and organic. What? I've heard of the contacts. I highly doubt it's organic, though. Do you think they actually work, or do you think this was a scam? It's not China. This is British. This is British. We kind of got a little off topic, but save 35% on $400 or more. A perfect gift for a loved one or yourself. Black Friday. This seems like a cover up for something else. Here's a video. Hold on. I used the premium Manuka and MSM for 14 months, and I'm so happy with my new eye color.
What's up, guys? I'm doing a short video to let you guys know how much I love my new eye color. I use Light Eyes Premium Manuka Drops. They changed my eye color from dark brown to honey. And guess what? There's no side effects. So I will be doing a short Q&A just in a few weeks. Alright, so if you want to know more, hit me back for questions. I got you.
What? I'm waiting for... He looks like a young Luke from the 2 Live crew. Our Q&A with Ryan will be published on December 12th. What? Charlie Carmichael. Hi, Ryan. How much did you spend for the 14 months? No one replied. Have you had any problem with your eyes as far as vision? No comment. All they say is I'll pass it on. Look at this video didn't prove any eye lightening happened at all. What's more important is to see it before and after. He could have been born with eyes like that. To advise you, the photos of Ryan have only been cropped. No further editing was done. Michelle Powers. What a scam. And it's on Weebly. They posted that on a free Weebly site. Oh, shit. Oh, that's craziness. All right, I'm out of there. So anyway, it just made me think of that with when I saw the contact lenses. All right, let's finish this article and then we're going to jump out of this hole. We have Edmund. That was my dad's name, Edmund. Edmund I. Young. None of them have called this guy back, and it's not clear what the mice were used for or who was acquiring them. They don't know where the mice came from. And Reedley has had an active business license with Alliance since 2003. And that's it. That's the ongoing investigation. We'll have to wait and see if we get any more updates, like if they actually do this. Oh, you want to see my afters? I got mine done. Check it. I should do an infomercial for them. No side effects. And my eyes turned blue. Oh my God. Stupid. So vain. Like, where do we stop? I wouldn't risk my vision either. It's some scary stuff. But anyways, we have a premiere in 5 minutes, guys. I hope you will join me. I'm going to stay on my ass and join you in chat if you don't mind.
It's
No,
very
not.
white-sided.
It's not white-sided.
It is. Everything's white-sided in this country. It is. I hate it. So I want to thank you guys. If you liked my video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more, please do subscribe. And we are going to kick it off with, we're going to skip some oh no, here we go. We're going to go to the credits. Should have done that cross-eyed. Right. Hey. I had no side effects. Look at me. They're blue as the sky. Thank you for joining, guys. I love you. I love that we can cut up here and, you know, keep the, because this is serious, you know. I'm not laughing at this. This is crazy. Don't buy any eye drops from Temu, and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next live. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn.
My threads are fresh and I'm looking deaf. Yo, what's up with LOC?
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. I don't want to see anybody else either.
Ashley, nobody said yikes, he hasn't come home, Ashley.
Gonna fucking need extra slow in a second.
So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar?
You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel it.